Hey, Plumbing Bros. Welcome to Potty Talk Live, where we take it into the trenches, the crawl spaces, basements, kitchens, and baths, all around this big, beautiful world of ours to talk to plumbing professionals just like you. Hey there, I'm Richard Behney, the $1 Million Plumber, coming at you live from Central Command here in beautiful Indianapolis, Indiana. It ain't the White House, but it is my Central Command. You know, it is my central command. Hey, and the lovely Laura's in the house. How you doing?
I'm looking forward to this interview.
Yeah, I am too. You hear that? She says she's looking forward to this interview. I know you look forward to every interview, but this is a fun. And this is a cool cat here. Yeah, I got to go to the White House, talk plumbing with the president. All right, not all of us get to do that. He represented us, brothers. We have a brother in the house that represented us in the White House. All right, and that's pretty cool here. All right, so we'll look forward. We'll get to our guest here, and I'm feeling pumped too. And also, because right before the show, the lovely Laura said, "Hey, you want to watch Lonesome Dove? You know, the cowboy movie and stuff. We're gonna watch Lonesome Dove after talking with this cat who's at the White House. That's what we're doing tonight." Okay. All right, and feeling good. And hey, you should be feeling good too. You feeling good? If you're feeling good, give me some thumbs up. You know, you should be feeling good because you're in the plumbing business, all right? You're a plumber. And these are great times, you know, to be in plumbing. In fact, you know, I watched that newscast or whatever that, you know, our guest was on. And, you know, I talked to some of the other guys too and saying they felt hopeful for the future, you know? Mm-hmm. You know, of course you should feel hopeful for the future. You're a plumber, you know? All right. What's up? Hey, Lawrence. Hey, T-Rex, how you doing, brother? T-Rex, how's it coming along, man? You doing all right? Give us another comment. Give us some thumbs up.
A lot of people praying for you.
Yep, that's right. The lovely Laura said there's been a lot of people praying for you, T-Rex. All right, so we hope you're coming around here, man. All right, yeah. So, yeah, you should be feeling good, you know, if you're in the plumbing, you know, and plumber. You know, and it's always been good. It's always been good to be in plumbing. But you know what doesn't feel good?
What?
You know what doesn't feel good? Losing customers doesn't feel good. You know, especially, you know, when they've called you and you've done some bonehead thing like, you know, double booked your customers. You know, have you ever double booked your customers? Or they just kind of, you know, they fall through the cracks, all right, because you misplace all, you know, the piece of paper that you have in your pocket or in your back pocket or whatever it is, you know, or worse yet, you know, you forgot about them. I forgot about you. You know, tell your customer, I forgot about you, you know, that ain't good. Hey, but with Jobber, all right, Jobber, you don't have to worry about that. With Jobber Plumbing Service Management Software, you can get rid of those customer killers. And that's exactly what those things are, customer killers. Jobber makes it easy for you to schedule your customers, so you don't have to worry about those double bookings anymore, all right? Makes it easy for you to dispatch your calls. Jobber makes it easy to keep track of your guys, all right? So as you're kind of growing here and you get more staff on, okay, you can kind of keep track of your crew, you know, where things are at, all right? Jobber even makes it easy for your customers to pay you. That's what I'm talking about because that's what it is about, all right? It's plumbing business, all right? You got to make money, all right? So to do that, you want to get paid by the customer. So you want to make it easy as possible for the customers to pay you, and Jobber does just that. Jobber saves you time, saves you money, saves you customers. And right now, you can try Jobber free for 14 days and receive 20% off your first 6 months. All right, man. That's a deal. All right. All you have to do to go, you know, to get that deal is go to www.themilliondollarplumber.com/Jobber. That's JOBBER and get your free 14-day trial and receive 20% off your first 6 months. All right. That's a deal. Go grab it. Get it done. All right. Hey, let's get our guest in here. We got some questions. We want to hear from this cat. All right. We got our cat, John Achzet, who's an apprentice plumber working for Universal Plumbing and Heating out of Las Vegas, Nevada. John, how you doing, brother?
I'm doing good. How about yourself?
Doing great, man. Hey, are you ready to rock Potty Talk Live?
I'm stoked. Let's do it.
Let's do this. All right, man. Well, we're going to get, you know, part of the routine here, you know, Potty Talk Live is about plumbers, and we want to hear about other plumbers, you know, expertise and those kinds of things here. But we also love hearing, you know, the guy's stories, and you got a story. I mean, you got with you and some others of your crew, you got to meet President Trump. Just start us, take us back to the beginning and tell, how'd this come about?
Well, we actually had gotten a bonus check from our company for Donald Trump's tax reform that he did. And with bonus check, I was able to pay off some unexpected doctor bills that I got from my son being born in January. And my father-in-law, who's actually one of our big bosses at the company, posted it on our Twitter saying that they were able to give us bonus checks. And our company is part of an organization called the PHCC, and he tagged them in it so they could see it, just so they know that a company in their program's doing great. And when they saw it, the National Association, which is based out of Washington, D.C., was really excited for it. So they called my father-in-law, told him, hey, this is awesome. Donald Trump's actually going to have a speech next week. It was actually Thursday after they gave us the check. It was on Thursday. He's going to do a speech about it. And, we'd like to interview some of your guys and maybe he can talk about them. So they called us, we interviewed, and that was that. Well, then later that day, he goes, hey, some lady from the White House called me and she wants us to come out. And we were like, oh, okay. Well, they had to get us all approved through background checks and stuff. So we didn't think it was actually going to happen. I didn't really ever get my hopes up for it because I didn't want to get too pumped,
Right.
And they ended up telling them, okay, they all got approved. We want all you guys to come out. It's going to be great. And the day of our flight, we met at our office and we were all going to the airport. Well, she called him and said, hey, actually, Richard Behney, which is our owner, and John are going to talk. And I'm sitting there looking at him like, I'm going to talk? Like, that's crazy. And so we're flying on the airplane. I'm trying to write a speech up, get it all ready to go. I'm stressing out the whole way. It was like a 6-hour flight to Oklahoma, and then we had a layover, and I'm stressing the whole time until the next morning. And we got there. We went in and everything, and he did his little speech and stuff, and then he asked us to talk. And it was great because he actually listened to what everybody said because there was other companies that came and talked, and he actually listened to what we had to say. And then after my speech about how the money helped my family and my son, and he walked by everybody, shook everyone's hand, and I was the last person in line to shake his hand. And he didn't say anything to anybody else but thank you. And then when he got to me, he said, well, how's your son doing? And I actually got to talk to him. And I was like, my son's doing great. Everything's okay now. He's out. He's home. Everything's okay. And I was just really put back by that he actually took time to talk to me out of everybody else, and it was really a once in a lifetime experience. I don't think I ever could match something that cool in my life ever again.
That is cool, man. And, seeing the pictures and the interview and watch the segment. And I mean, you guys really made all of us look good. And, you represented us, plumbers really, really well. And, made us all proud, so, I recall the moment, I recall, that there was plumbers there and he talked with plumbers because I'm in plumbing and that kind of a thing. And that's so cool. Before I even knew, you were you. And so that's what, the team wanted to reach out. Hey, we got to get the guy, So, that is so cool, man. That is so cool. And man, it must have been a really, neat experience. Did they take you in? I mean, did you get a chance to be in any kind of room? Did they take you in any kind of room before they brought you out? Or, how'd they handle you there in that kind of environment?
Well, we actually, we entered through the north gate and they brought us through the security and everything. We actually got to walk through, so where his Oval Office is, it's kind of like a horseshoe going up around the whole building. So
Okay.
we walked through a small portion. It was just a little hallway, and then they brought us outside to get to the Rose Garden. And so for the most part, we were in the Rose Garden. Then when we went back in, we walked out another hallway out to the front entrance of the White House, like what you see of the pictures and stuff.
Yeah.
And that we went out there is where they let us out. So that was about all I really got to see in there. And I mean, any restroom I passed though, because I know you guys want to know how the restrooms were in there. And but all the ones that I passed that were public use were just normal bathrooms, urinal, toilet, just normal stuff, which I was thinking everything would be nice and shiny and stuff like that. But yeah, anything that a public person can use was a normal toilet.
Right. We get that. We get that. So, hey, just a little, maybe a little just straightforward kind of question. I mean, you're a dude, all right, man. You work around guys, and you know what I'm talking about. When we're around guys, we know how to read the guys. You know what I'm saying? And you can kind of tell whether a guy is kind of a good guy, or is kind of is a player, or is a poser, or full of it. What was your what was your gut telling you about this president that you met as a man?
I mean, how would I say it? It's not popular to say it, but he seemed like a pretty down to earth person. Just him coming up to me and talking to me about my son like that and listening to what I had to say, it made me understand more that the things you see and hear they're not always true till you actually talk to the person, because he was very genuine with me. His handshake, because I was always taught you can tell a man by a handshake, and if they don't shake your hand properly, then they're not true to you, And he shook my hand nice and firm and looked me in the eyes. And
in the eye, he looked in the eye.
Yeah, he was. If I had to give anybody a response to him, he's a real cool person. He's really nice and a genuine person to me.
There we go. Well, man, that is so cool. So, was it a day kind of a trip, or did you stay overnight or anything like that, or what was the?
We got in there. We were supposed to get in Thursday night, but because there was some flight complications, we actually got in Friday morning. We stayed Friday night, and we were going to stay all weekend, but it was actually the same weekend as my daughter's birthday, so we ended up leaving Saturday morning. So it was supposed to be 2 days, but it ended up only being the one.
Okay. Well, cool, man. Great experience there, and yep. Yeah, that's true. The lovely Lord just says it really doesn't matter what your politics are. That's America. That's our that's our president, and that's our house.
Yes.
And you got to go there, brother. That's kind of cool.
Yeah. Yeah. Some people I told were like, "Oh, it doesn't matter. It's Donald Trump," and I'm like, "Yeah, but how many people can say they shook the president's hand? It doesn't matter if you like him or not. It's how many people got to go inside that part of the White House? Nobody.
Nobody. Right. Very, very few people. And you got to do it. You got to shake the man's, the top dog's hand. Who he is. You got to shake it. Isn't that cool? Oh man, so that is cool, man. So on, another cool thing that happened. You work for Universal Plumbing and Heating, right?
Yes.
And, they gave you a bonus. They gave you a bonus at the end of the year, and of course, they credited that to the president's tax reform and those kinds of things, which is is cool. But the fact they gave you a bonus, how cool is that? I mean, why do you think they gave you a bonus?
I mean, I don't even know why. It was unexpected. We were. There was a lot of us in the shop at the time, and they said, okay, we need everybody inside at 9:00. We need to talk to everybody. And I started getting nervous, to be honest. I mean, when they walked out and they had the stack of envelopes, I was like, oh, goodness gracious.
Our slips.
It's not going to be a good phone call to my wife here in a minute, and they were like, we appreciate all the hard work you guys have done the last year, and you guys really helped us out, and all the long hours and overtime, everything. You guys have been a tremendous help to our company. And because of that help, we want to be able to give you guys this bonus, and we wouldn't be able to do the bonus without Donald Trump's tax reform that he did. And because of that, we had extra money. So we decided to give it back to you guys for all the hard work you guys did. And it was just like a sigh of relief. And because me and my wife, we were scrambling, trying to figure out how to make ends meet with these bills that needed to be paid. And, and it was just phenomenal. Like, I've never worked for a company that's ever, I mean, I've only been plumbing for 2 years, but I've past employers and everything. I've never dealt with anything like that, and it was awesome. It was a great feeling. And, I had thanked everybody that in the office, it was cool, and I
Good.
never expected anything like that at all.
Man. Hey, well, John, I didn't mean to put you on the spot, but, we have a lot of, plumbing company, business owners that watch and listen and want to know or looking for things. What are the things that they can do to make their team feel better? And I think, guys, we just and appreciated. Was that and I think John just threw down a huge nugget of gold here. We could hear in your voice the emotion, some relief. You needed the money, and the bottom line. I get this as a plumbing business owner. The bottom line, it's my money. As we get extra, so to speak. But it always does well to share it with the team, because I think I heard, didn't we? Talking to the lovely Laura here off to the side here. Then we watched the video, and they had the owner speak. And just I think his words. Your owner had great words, saying, "Hey, you guys, the Johns, out there, the ones that are turning the pipe. You're doing the hard work. You're turning the wrenches. You're getting it done." And, it goes a long way to, make sure you feed the rest of the dogs, right?
Yeah.
So there we go, man. So, man, great nugget of gold in that one. Well, man, great story and so cool. I mean, I'm sure that's a memory that you'll always keep. And you're just one of a handful of people, got to experience, that part of America, so that is so cool. All right. Hey, I've got to ask you a couple questions here about plumbing, because this is a plumbing show, right? So,
Yep.
hey, just, how'd you get into plumbing?
I actually got into plumbing. My father-in-law, because he's been a plumber since he was 17 years old. And so when I first started dating my wife, he's like, you should try to be a plumber. If you're going to be with my daughter, you got to provide for the family. And this provides for families.
Listen to
yeah. And, I was being hard-headed, and I didn't want to listen to him. And so I was like, well, I'm going to try it out on my own first. So I went and was a general laborer, just picking up trash, digging holes, stuff like that. And 8 months in, November came around, and it was like, they're like, okay, well, we don't have any work till January. And so I'm like, well, it was my daughter's first Christmas, bills, all that kind of stuff. I was like, well, I got to figure out how to make it work. So I went back to my father and I said, hey, man, how do I get into this plumbing stuff? I want to try it out. If you're saying it feeds families, I tried it on my own, and, it's not working. So what do I need to do? And he basically set me up. He's like, well, we go through an apprenticeship program. You're going to go into the apprenticeship program. You're going to learn how to plumb. You're going to do it in the field every day. And it's just you're going to progress from there. And I've been going 2 years strong now, and I don't see myself turning back yet.
There we go, brother. I mean, the future is bright. I mean, it's a good trade to be in, and you can do more than just make a living. I mean, you can thrive. So the opportunity is there for any young gun that just wants to take advantage of it. And I know it doesn't sound very sexy to say that you're a plumber. It's not. I guess I'm rather, I wanted to be a rock and roll star, but plumbing turned out to be a better gig. It paid a lot better. So not everyone. So I get it, but man, it is a great trade, to be a part of. So, what about? So you got 2 years in, and are you in the apprentice program? Are you signed up and you going to school? You doing it?
Yeah, I'm in. I just finished my second year on Saturday.
All right, man. I kind of, as your older brother, kind of a big brother thing. I always ride you guys, get that journeyman's card, man. Get the card, because, man, you can write your own ticket, okay? So stick with it. I know it's, going those classes. It's a pain in the rear, boring,
Yeah, but.
You kind of sit there and look around like, what the heck am I doing here with these yahoos? So I get it, and we've all been there and done that. And right now in your career, you're kind of doing all the You're the low man on the totem pole, I'm sure, right?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
You got to meet the president, you know.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. And Kelly, hey, I think this must be. I wonder if this lady knows you. She says, "I love my plumber, Kelly."
Yeah, that's part of my wife.
Well, you should, man. You got a good man there, but so well, good. So where do you see? You're 2 years in. So where do you see your plumbing career taking you?
I mean, honestly, I come into everything with really high hopes, and when I sat down and talked to the higher ups in our company and stuff, my father-in-law, I told him, like, dude, when I'm your age, I want to sit in your seat. And I said, when I want to do it sooner than you did. I want to be able to, I don't want to be in the field forever. As fun as it is, and it's always constantly moving, it's fun, you're always busy, but I want to be in the office. I want to be the brains of the operation. And I hopefully I can do it in the next 10, 15 years. If not, before I retire, I will be in an office, and that's my plan.
Oh, brother, I'm going to tell you right now, you can do it. All right? Don't let anyone tell you can't do it. You'll have other guys that are just kind of messing around. They'll kind of try to talk you out of it, that kind of thing. But you can do it. Just picture it. Picture your family, what you want to do and where you want to go and what you want to be. And you can do it, man. We have a great trade, and we talk to guys all over the world. But heck, I'm just going to say it. We live in the best country in the world, and we have the best opportunity here. And for a good-looking young cat like you, a lot of want to and some blood, sweat, and tears, you'll do anything you want to do, man. Yeah, I mean, you already met the president. I've never met the president. Have you met the president? No. I'm the $1 million plumber. So you're already ahead of the game, brother. All right. Okay. All right, John. Hey, I'm going to give you an opportunity to catch your breath because you're coming back for the lightning round. But I want to talk to you cats out there. All right. Hey, if you got a plumbing license and you got a plumbing truck and you got a plumbing dream, a plumbing business dream, hey, just like I just said, hey, you're part of the best trade in the world. And, hey, if you happen to be here in the U.S., you're in the best country in the world. All right. I got to say it here. There's all kinds of opportunity here. But I know the lovely Laura says, hey, but don't forget our Aussie friends, our Canadian friends, our UK friends and our South African friends. We're having someone on from South Africa tomorrow. Okay. So, wow. So he may question my greatest country in the world here. Hey, but I'm proud to be an American. I can't hate. I'm an American. I'm that guy. All right. So there you have it here. But hey, you got just like I said, plumbing license, plumbing truck, and a plumbing dream. I got something for you. All right, to help you be successful with your new plumbing venture. The 7 must-knows to be $1 million plumber. Okay, it takes more than skill and will to get it done. I'm just going to say it. All right. Again, just like I told John, I'm your big brother. All right. So I'm just going to talk straight to you. You got all kinds of great opportunity. You can do it, but there's some things you got to know or you're going to crash and burn. And these 7 things, these 7 must-knows, these 7 principles, you got to know these things. And I made it easy for you to get. Just type free in the comments because it's free. All right. There's no strings attached. There's no catch. There's no gimmicks. Just free. Type free in the comments, FREE, and I'll get it right out to you. All right. Hey, gang, let's get John back in the studio here. Let's get John back in for the lightning round. All right. Let's go. Hey, John, you ready for the lightning round?
I'm about as ready as I'll ever be.
All right. All right. Let's do it. Well, this first question is kind of silly, but I'm going to ask it because you're going to speak your mind here. So what's holding you back from getting your license? And I don't hear anything holding you back. I mean, you're going for it.
I'm working for it right now.
You're working for it. You're 2 years in. You'll get it done. All right, it's 2 years going to go by. Just do the work. All right. Hey, share a personal habit that sets your day up for success. Yep.
I mean, when I get to the job and they tell me what I'm going to do, I have all my tools in my tool bag, and I take my tool bag off my cart and I put all my tools that I'm going to need. And it might sound silly, but I count the tools. I got to count each one and make sure I have the exact number I'm going to need for each job that I got to get done in that in that time frame, you know.
No, that ain't silly, man. That just that's being on top of things. No, that's a good discipline to get into. All right, hey, is Universal a flat rate company or a time and material company?
We're a flat rate company.
All right, okay, there we go. What's your opinion about that? If okay, you're running the company, which way would you want to go?
If I'm running a company, I going to the school I go to, I go to school with all different types of companies, and I go to school with guys who work for companies that are time and material, and seeing the look on their face being at school compared to our guys' face, you know, it seems like we're more happier. I'm not trying to knock it, but it's like, you know, you're getting that kind of money and you know what's coming. You know, it's not what you're waiting on.
All right, man. Hey, I mean this with all due respect, John. And I'm talking to you other guys out there, you other plumbing business owners that are time and material. Out of the mouth of babes, you just heard a lot of wisdom. You know, it seems like it's a gold there. You know, it does. Yep. Flat rate. There we go. I'll move on here. Hey, outside of a paycheck, what's the best thing a plumbing company that you've worked for has ever done for you, other than take you to the White House? You know, how do we top that one? You know, everyone's going to want to work for takes them to the White House now.
I mean, it'd be Universal Plumbing, because I came into the trade green. I knew nothing. I barely knew how to use a power tool. Let's put it that way. And they've stuck with me and built me up and taught me so much. And they let me do hands-on things and glue pipe and do cast iron, everything. You know, it's not just, hey, you're an apprentice, go dig that hole, or hey, you're an apprentice, go strap that pipe. It's, you're an apprentice, you're going to work and you're going to learn how to do this trade. And that's honestly the best thing for apprentices, if you ask me, because I've met guys who've gone 4 years through a program and all they've done is strap pipe. Mm-hmm. And I don't see how you can be a journeyman plumber. A journeyman plumber should know the whole trade, you know, or most of it. And this company, they teach us everything, and it's not just do one thing for 6 months and then we'll put you on something else. No, it's, you're going to learn this today. Tomorrow you're going to solder. Tomorrow you're going to glue pipe, and it's constantly moving. And that's the best thing I think they've ever done for me, is let me learn.
Oh man, there we go, man. John, there's so much and so much gold there. Hope you other business owners out there listening here, because John, that's one of our concerns in our industry is, you know, is there's not enough guys. There's not enough guys, which is, it's not true. It's just, we can have a tendency to feel that way. And, you know, what it sounds like is, you know, Universal there is investing in their guys. They're building up their crews. And, you know, just like that, you know, take a guy, you know, as you admit that you were green, you know, and they treat you with respect and are teaching you the trade. And so I get a real sense of loyalty from you that, you know, you're not looking just to move on somewhere else. You know, you kind of want to, you know, there may even be a little bit, I don't want to, you know, I'm going to take over this company one day.
if it's possible, I want to.
And I like that, man. And you can. And I can tell you what, the owner or owners of the company like that as well. Coming from an owner of of the large company or whatever, you know, you want to hear you guys wanting that. You know, that's good. That doesn't scare. Doesn't scare owners. All right. So, man, great stuff there, John. This has been a lot of fun. I've hoped you've had a lot of fun too. But before we let you go, though, I got one more question for you. What's the best advice that you've ever been given?
To be 100% honest, it's from my father-in-law. Actually, he goes, anytime somebody asks him, "How's your day going?" he says, "It's good. I've never had a bad day in my life. Some better than others, but none of them bad." And that's the best advice I've ever heard. You know, just talking like that. It's just, if you wake up every day and you're ready to go and you're excited about just being alive, or being a plumber, or being anybody, you know, a chef, anything. If you are excited just to be there, you're never going to have a bad day. Doesn't matter what happens to you. You can get fired. It's not a bad day. It's just not as good as the others.
There we go. John, that's amazing advice, and it sounds like you're taking that to heart. And brother, if you will, man, you're a winner. And whatever comes your way with that kind of attitude, you're gonna bust through it. So, man, keep it up, man. Keep up the good work. Hey, take over that company. In a few years, all right. Go for it. Take care of that family. You're in that season, brother. You're in it, man. You're building your career. You got your young family, and life can be a little stressful. Hey, don't forget to take your lovely wife out on date nights. All right. Lovely Laura and I made it through our plumbing career here together by having a date night every Friday night. So keep it young and fun. And remind yourself that your boyfriend, girlfriend, I know you got the kids, and that's very important, but take that young, lovely wife out on date nights on Friday nights. All right?
All right.
Okay, brother. Hey, thanks again for being on Potty Talk Live. Hey, we're going to keep in touch. We're going to be watching you, and look forward to talking with you again. All right?
Awesome. Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Hey, thanks, brother. Take care, John.
You too.
Oh, man. How fun was that?
Very fun.
Oh, what a cool young cat. He is going. That's right. That's right. He is going places. In a great company. Yeah. Great attitude. It kind of reminds me of my Mr. Patterson. That's how I was taken green. I was taken in green and hey, we got to get the shy. Hey, I can see him. We got the youngin' on. Hey, John, don't go anywhere. We're breaking the rules. I can't help it. We got babies. Okay. All right, there he is. What's his name?
Wrigley.
Wrigley, cool name.
Yeah, just like I'm a big Cubs fan, like diehard Cubs fan. So
Wrigley Achzet, and that sounds like a Wrigley, like Wrigley Field,
Okay.
right?
Like Wrigley Field. Yep.
Yeah, Wrigley Achzet. That sounds like a picture. I mean, a pitcher. A pitcher.
Hopefully.
All right. Oh, that's cool. He is adorable. Okay, enough. The lovely Laura got her baby fix. Bye, Wrigley. Bye. All right, gang. Hey, there you go. That's John Achzet. He's an apprentice plumber for Universal Plumbing and Heating, which does sound like a great company, representing the plumbing industry very well. In fact, they represented the plumbing industry for all of us at the White House in Washington, D.C. Man, what a cool time there. So, hey, if you'd like to be on Potty Talk Live, we'd love to have you on Potty Talk Live and tell your story. You got a cool story too, all right? It may not be at the White House, or maybe you did, okay? Or maybe you saw like our last guest, he found a corpse in a house, or, and we've had, we got guys in rock and roll bands. We got guys all over the place. Business owners. All right. Tomorrow night we got a cat out of South Africa. That'd be fun. In Cape Town. There we go. Hey, but we want to have you on Potty Talk Live. We'll have a good time, just like we did here with John. All right. And since it's easy, just go to www.pottytalklive.com. www.pottytalklive.com. We had the address up there. Scroll down to the Be My Guest button. Click it. And just answer a couple just basic questions. The only criteria is you got to be a plumber. All right. This is a show for plumbers, by plumbers. Okay. About plumbing. There we go. So also a reminder, hey, get my free report. It's free. All right. You got nothing to lose. There's no risk. All right. 7 must-knows to be $1 million plumber. Take advantage of my 30 years in the business. And give you a little head start there if you're looking to do your own thing, and just get a leg up there. So there we go. All right, I think it's about time to flush this episode. This was a fun episode. All right, but it's about time to let you guys go here. Before you go though, I'm gonna remind you. Yeah, I'm talking to you, brother, that you were purposefully and wonderfully created. You were created to do great things, all right? I don't know if you're going to make it to the White House, but you were created to do great things. So when you're out there doing your thing, it's always plumb like a champion.